Hey everyone, I'm Stephanie Brinkerhoff with Hair and Makeup by Steph, and I'm here with Kenra Professional to walk you guys through a style using their new Luxe Shine oil. So the style we're doing is going to be a sort of braided, twisted look going down the back, but rather than being bohemian, it's going to be smooth and shiny and really glamorous. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to do is get some of the Luxe Shine oil through her hair. So this is a heavier oil, so it's really good for coarse hair. And it's going to be really nice on her dark hair because adding that shine is going to add a lot of dimension to the look, so it doesn't end up looking flat. So I'm just working this through the hair. And you can see already the difference that is making in the shine. Okay, so as I do this style, I'm going to make sure I have a little bit of the oil on my hands at all times, just so I can make sure every section is nice and smooth. So I'm going to start around the crown section, and I'm going to pick up one piece from each side and bring them together in the back. And I'm also going to brush this as I go, just to help add a little bit more shine and control of the flyaways. Okay, so you can see that I'm really taking my time detailing. It's really difficult to control frizz after you get things pinned, so I'm just making everything smooth right now. Okay, so I've got my two pieces and I'm gonna put those in an elastic here in the center back. So that's sitting right near the occipital. And I'll just bring those together. Okay, I'm going to soften this a little bit, but I'm not going to do too much because I don't want to make it frizzy or too boho. So I'm just softly adding a little bit of volume. Okay, and if you want, you can also go in with a tail comb and just skim underneath that top layer to smooth that out. Before I move on, I'm going to do a small, tight detail braid, and this is going to wrap around this elastic. So I'm just picking up a section slightly off to the side of the elastic, but also underneath. And I've got some oil on my hands, getting that worked in there, and then I'm just going to braid this tightly. And you can do whatever kind of braid you want. I'm just gonna do a normal 3-strand braid. I really want the braid pattern to be noticeable, especially on her dark hair. So I'm doing this fairly tight. So I can just wrap this around once, or if you'd like to make it a little bit thicker, you can go around one more time. Okay, so to secure this in place, I'm going to find the elastic underneath here and just pull that braid through there. Now we are going to do the same thing right underneath this section. So I'm going to take one piece from each side, and I'm grabbing all of her hairline. So I'm not leaving anything out right here on both sides. And I'm going to have her look down so that I can make sure this sits nicely on her neck. I really want this to look soft and draped. Okay, I'm going to get a little more oil on my hands. All right, and then I'll just get those in an elastic. And I'm going to do the same thing where I softly pull out on these sections to add volume. And you want to make sure as you're doing this that you fill in the gap right here. So there's going to be a gap between your two elastics. Just pull on this section enough to fill that in. Okay, and then I'm just spraying some of the 25 to secure this. Smooth down the flyaways a little bit more. And then I can go ahead and do another braid to hide this elastic. Okay, now the remaining hair left behind, I'm going to split that in half and repeat that process. So I'm just going to repeat this process a couple more times until I reach the bottom. Okay, for this bottom section down here, I'm going to really saturate the ends with the oil. And then I'm going to loop this up and tuck it through the elastic. Some of these pieces are going to fall loose, but that's okay. I feel like it will give it a little bit more of a natural look. Okay, once that's secure, I'm just going to go ahead and detail. Just take a step back, look at it as a whole. I might break up some of these a little bit, make them a little less chunky, maybe pull out some small pieces to make it a little more airy, and just make sure everything is balanced.